Alright, I think that's everything. You know, I've been at this for like almost a year and a half now. I feel like I should... I don't know that I'm actually linking Twitch correctly. Anyway, how you guys doing? Hey, hi, it's me. Hi, it's Tech. How you guys doing? We are in... Oh, shit. I didn't mean for that to happen. We are in... I've checked my flowchart. We are in the final days of the Heavensfield route. You know, it's not that I didn't expect to get this far. I'm just... It's so weird that I'm like here now. Yeah, as you may see, there was not really any differences between the censored and uncensored versions. There was like one or two allusions made to Shiro and Sakura having had sex in the past. It's not really important. I didn't feel worth making note of anything really. So instead, as I remember the thing that I've been thinking about for the past 2-3 days, I'm going to take the next 10 minutes. I have a little timer here by me, kind of. And if you don't want to listen to me rant about thoughts, particularly surrounding Shiro and Sakura and some other Fate Stay Night stuff, I'm giving myself 10 minutes. That's probably going to be a lot less than that, so probably maybe like 5. And if you're watching the VODs, in 5 to 10 minutes, you can skip ahead so that we can get started. If you're somehow watching this live, I got you for 10 minutes of playtime. So, you know what? Starting like now-ish. Okay. So, I think the main thing that I keep going back to is kind of the parallels between Shiro and Sakura themselves, in that like they're both quite effectively dehumanized, and this is something that they went into in Fate Route when Shiro was looking in the mirror that was Saber, and that they both had dehumanized themselves to make sure that they were the heroes or the kings that their people needed, whether or not they actually wanted that. And it was this dehumanization that led to the fall of Camelot, Saber dying, and all that business. And I just keep thinking back to like how fucked it was for Sakura, because Shiro's dehumanization was voluntary. He did it to himself so that he could be the hero that Kiritsugu had wanted to be, and that he felt he needed to be to make it up for surviving the Fuyuki Grail Fire. Was it 10 years ago? Something like that? I think so. And so he voluntarily just like, I don't need to be a human. I'll just focus on whatever I need to do in order to save the most amount of people possible, and make sure that the fire never happens again. So this was a voluntary thing he did. It was a decision, in my personal opinion, but I'm not Shiro, so I can't really say anything was bad or good. As an outside observer, I think it was kind of silly, but but like I said, this involves Sakura too. Like, this is what happened to Sakura was just a fucking downright tragedy. Like, it's so horrible because she didn't get a say at any point, because she was a child, and people don't really see children as having any kind of autonomy. But like, now she's like almost a full adult, and she still has fucking... Last episode, Shiro was like, "Hey, what do you want to do after all this? What's your big hope against all hope? What do you want to do?" And she's like, "I want to go flower viewing." And that's like, after like prying it out of her, which is her wish being something so simple is just when he was alone, Shinji kind of touched on this. She didn't want anything, and he did that intentionally. Going back to Sakura being dehumanized. When she was at her youngest, I think it was something like in 4 or 8 or something. She was like a really young child. Her dad sold her off to the Matos, and like it was this big whole fucking. I mean, it was nothing for maybe her dad, because it was just like, I don't want to waste all this potential. They don't have him age. Well, technically my family line will continue, and the Matos will owe me one. So hey, whatever. And that was. He thought it was cool. He thought it was cool. The Matas thought it was cool. But I think there was someone they forgot to ask. And, you know, she was a kid, whatever. But, like, when she was there, and Shinji got his fucking paws on her, he effectively... He was the start of it, really. Like, her dad selling her off was, like, a bad thing, but, like, Shinji really just fucking kicked off the dehumanization. When he was done with her, she didn't want anything. She didn't think anything. She was barely a person. I don't even know why he deigned to let her go to school. I'm glad he did, because then she got to meet Chiro and, you know, all that stuff. But, like, Sakura doesn't think she deserves anything, because that's how she was raised. She was raised as an item. She was trained by Shinji to do whatever the fuck he wants, and her life begins and ends at Zoken's whim, because he implanted the Grail Crest for him. Spoilers, I guess. You know what? You're this far, and you're this far in a fucking Heaven's Feel fucking read through. You should know these by now. What are you doing skipping around like a fool? But like, her entire life was like decided for her, and that's terrible. And I think I want to go back into what at first I thought was a joke. I honestly thought the high jump scene was a joke, because that's how it was introduced to me. It was in like a little jokey 4-coma thing, where everyone saw that high jump that was so special to Sakura, and now I feel bad about it, because it was Sakura's like most precious memory, it seems like, because she just saw this weird kid trying and failing at something impossible, but not really giving up. And derailing again for a second, that's also what Rin was see. She saw this weird kid trying and failing a high jump that was physically impossible for him, but not giving up, but never giving up. And they both took essentially the same thing away from it, but what the differences in what they took away is kind of indicative of their kind of whole characters, because Rin was like, oh, look at that guy, he's trying something physically impossible to him, but he's trying it, man. He's not giving up. If it were me, I would have given up like almost immediately, like before we even first tried, because I can't do it. But this guy, he's going for it. Good for him. I'm glad somebody like that exists. But for Sakura, it was kind of a reassurance that like she could be saved. That there exists someone, maybe this kid, maybe somebody else, but there exists somebody who will try against the impossible to save someone. And it's kind of sad that like I had been reducing it to a joke for a good couple of years. I mean, it was a funny joke, but still. I don't know. There's just a lot of really nice similarities. And like, Shiro is turning into a hero for Sakura specifically, but Sakura kind of feels herself destined to be a villain. She's seen all this. She's experienced all this terrible shit happening to her firsthand, and like nobody helped her, so she just assumed that everybody was complicit with it, and because she knew it was bad, because everybody was complicit and nobody like said anything to her about it, she just assumed that she was going to be bad too. And now all the nightmares, you can see the shit on the left over there, like it's all leading to making her feel like a villain. Which seems to shaping up that way. Zokin no longer has. I mean, Zokin's still there. He's a bad guy, but I don't think he's our villain anymore. I mean, there's like 2 or 3 other people it could be, but like it honestly, unfortunately, looks like it's going to be Sakura. And I'm still thinking on it, I guess. But like, I'm not like particularly great at doing the whole subtext dig, making connections, doing all that kind of fancy stuff. But like, I'm learning, obviously. I'm trying my best here. But it's just so much to sink your teeth into, and there's way more to think on. But like, I think I'll end it early, the stream, but I'll end my 10-minute rant about 30 seconds early. I'm keeping an eye on, don't worry. I forget to eat lunch. I normally eat like right before stream happens, but I was preoccupied with the new Star Rail update. And I was there for a lot longer than I planned to be. And anyway, and also I got some stuff after this. So, at risk of elongating this further and giving you nothing else to see, let's get started. Pardon me. February 13th, Evansfield. Servant Eater. I wake up at the same time as usual. It's before 6 o'clock. The day is dawning and the sky is clouds again. I don't feel any pain from my left arm. So that's nice, I guess. I think. There's no one in the living room. I should make breakfast before Tosaka wakes up. The news is on. It's becoming my daily routine to check the news in the morning. There aren't any big stories. I guess it didn't appear last night. Interesting. She must mean the Black Shadow. Yeah, I guess it doesn't come out every day. I answer, careful not to let my relief show. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to bear hundreds of people getting hurt 2 days in a row. It's past 7. Tosaka and I are the only ones in the living room. Sakura and Ilya are both sleeping. I wanted Ilya to wake up and come, but Tosaka told me that she's tired and I should let her rest. So you should rest too, in preparation for tonight. Tosaka says this out of the blue. Why? It's the creation of our secret weapon. We'll complete the framework today, so we'll do the projection tonight. We'll go settle our match with Zokin as soon as we succeed. We can't allow any more victims. No matter what that shadow may be, the Holy Grail War will end if we defeat Zokin. The mysterious shadow should disappear then. Tosaka, you really think the shadow will disappear once the war is over? It will. Whatever it is, I'm sure it appeared because of the Holy Grail. I don't know if it wants the Grail or if the Grail summoned it, but either way, it's here because of the Grail, so it'll disappear once the Grail is gone. In short, the shadow will disappear once the war ends. That will happen when the time limit expires, when only one master remains, or when the Holy Grail's vessel dies. Tosaka, you already knew that what the shadow was? I'm just guessing. It might not disappear even if we defeat Zokin. It might not disappear even when the war ends. So I'm going to take the surest method. We can't rely on uncertainties like obtaining the Grail ourselves. We have to take down both Zokin and the Shadow with our own powers. Tosaka gets up. I don't know why, but she takes the water jug and pajamas I prepare for Sakura. Hey, what are you doing? I'll go see how Sakura's doing. Her room's next to mine, so I'm in a better position to look after her. Hey! No, I'll take care of Sakura. Don't be stupid. You didn't get any sleep last night, did you? Can't you tell that you're a liability in your condition? I didn't get any sleep. Don't be stupid. I slept last night. I don't believe this. You're so tired you don't even notice it? Jeez, go look in the mirror if you think I'm lying. If you went to go nurse Sakura with dark circles under your eyes and looking pale, it'd just make her worried. That bad? Are you serious? Why would I lie? Jeez, just go to your room and rest. I'll go get you in the afternoon. Oh, and if you can't go to sleep, I can help you. If you don't mind me copying Ryder, I could put you under for about a day. Copying Ryder means copying her mystic eyes, but as far as I know, Tosaka doesn't have mystic eyes. In short, she's... Are you telling me to be your guinea pig? Exactly. I wasn't interested before, but mystic eyes might not be that bad. I can't do anything on that scale, but I might be able to do something like sleep suggestion. Don't lie. What was that about them not being that bad? You just don't want to stay defeated, so you want to learn it too, right? Just be quiet. So what about it? Do you want to try it or not? No, idiot! I'm having nothing to do with such dangerous experiment. First of all, if I sleep for a day, I can't wake up until tomorrow morning. Oh, right. It'll be paralysis instead of sleep if it works too well. I think it'll work well on you since you're simple-minded. Tosaka seems convinced. I want to object, but I stay quiet since you might test it on me if I do object. Well, I'm not that sensitive, so I can sleep if I want. You don't have to worry about... Oh. Well, I'm not that sensitive, so I can sleep if I want. You don't have to worry about me. Really? Then can you rest in your room and let me handle Sakura's care? Done. Tosaka drops her joking manner and asks me with serious eyes. I want to be with Sakura. But I have other things to do, and I can't let Sakura see me if I look as terrible as Tosaka says. I can trust Tosaka with Sakura's care, so I'll take her offer. You're right. Then I'll be in my room. I'll bring her lunch and dinner, so can you take care of the rest of the time? Yeah, you can leave her to me. I'll scold her and put her back to bed if she tries to get up. So, can you really sleep by yourself? Do you want to try it out once? You're persistent. I don't want anything dangerous. But... thanks, Tosaka. I'm sorry for making you look out for me. I'm not looking out for you. I'm going, so you go to sleep, okay? Tosaka leaves in a hurry. Man. I don't know if she's perceptive or not, but she is a good person. Or a cold person. I hear geniuses tend to leave everyone else behind them, and I'm guessing that's Tosaka's type. Sakura has it tough. I'd never have peace of mind if Tosaka were my oldest sister. Yeah, you're getting there, bud. Well, but every day would be fun, though. Right. That's why I want them back to being sisters. That's why I want them back to being sisters as quickly as possible. Sakura and Tosaka can be together once again, once the war ends, and the promise between their families goes away. The 11-year gap will be bridged that easily, but I want them to get close enough to laugh together over trivial matters. I'll do anything to help. I think this is the most I can do for Sakura. Oh, and for Tosaka too, I guess. Sakura is likely the only one who could make her look troubled. Oh, crap. I just imagine Tosaka smiling happily. Sorry, Sakura. Wait, does this count as being unfaithful? No. More importantly, I can't take it easy forever. Tosaka said she'll challenge Zoken tonight. That's bad. The war will end if we defeat Zoken. The Holy Grail will appear once the war ends. No. Rather, the Holy Grail will be opened. Zoken said the Holy Grail is a gate that grants the wishes. What grants the wishes is not the Holy Grail, what's inside of it. If that's true, what will happen to Sakura, who is the Holy Grail? Ilya said that Sakura loses her human functions as she nears completion as a Grail. So there's only one way to save Sakura. Protect her until the Holy Grail War ends. I don't know how the Holy Grail will appear. I don't know if it appears when there's only one master left or the last master summons it. There's no problem if it's the latter. I just have to defeat Zoken and eliminate what's threatening Sakura and wait for the duration of the war. Osaka said we'll challenge Zoken tonight. Then we can beat him. If she says we're fighting, that means we have a chance of winning. She doesn't do the impossible. And there's only one problem. The Black Shadow. Eating Zoken won't make it disappear. It'll continue to surface as long as the Holy Grail, Sakura, exists. And it'll take many lives, every time. Waiting for the deadline means doing nothing about that shadow. I have to defeat it. I have to defeat the shadow myself. It's the only possible choice. But can I beat it? If that thing came from the Holy Grail, the shadow should not have a concept of death. If I'm to eliminate it, I'll have to eliminate the projector, Sakura herself, or destroy the main body that's sending magical energy to the projector. Main body, huh? I don't think such a thing exists. But I can't come up with any effective plans unless I assume so. The content of the Grail. Zoken implanted within Sakura a piece of the Grail that was shattered in the previous war. Did it contain anything back then? Oh, wait a minute. Zoken said he made the crest worm from a piece of the Holy Grail. Kurumine. He didn't notice that? No way. He extracted some crest worm from Sakura. He removed just a small quantity, but he treated Sakura's body. There's no way he wouldn't notice. He's the supervisor of the Holy Grail War, and he was one of the last surviving masters in the previous war. Then he should know what's wrong with her body. They run out the door. Compelled with a sudden insight, I can only think about the priest. Damn, what did I realize earlier? If I just thought about it, I would have seen it right away. The shadow that appears as Sakura's subconscious form. That man should know what's inside the Holy Grail. He says he touches it every day, if I remember right. Interlude 4-1. Is that Shiro that just went outside? Oh, to Sakurin, is that Shiro that just went outside? Wonders aloud about the sound from the front door. She looks out the window and, sure enough, sees him running down the hill. Idiots. I told him to rest, but he never listens to anyone. She stops filing prescriptions and gets up. Sakura's medicine is important, but stopping Shiro comes first. Man, warnings go in one ear and out the other for him. He doesn't even realize how exhausted he is. She dashes down the stairs. She hurries to the entrance to quickly follow after Shiro. Oh, before that, she has to check on Sakura, just in case. She hasn't given her the water jug or the pajamas since she was planning to bring them with the medicine. She hasn't taken her temperature either. Shiro's recklessness angers her, but she can't scold Shiro if she ignores Sakura. Well, it seems like she's sleeping. It's only been a minute. Shiro should quickly lose his breath, stop, and then rush to the bottom of the hill. He shouldn't even be able to run a kilometer in his condition. The worst part is he doesn't even realize it. If she runs, she can catch up with him in no time. Of the people in the house right now, she has the most energy. It's natural that the strongest one looks after the weaker members. I'm coming in, Sakura. He goes in without waiting for a reply. I'm going outside. I won't be long, so keep resting. I'll leave your change of clothes here, so... She stops her sentence. And... Crap. You did it, Sakura. Rin punches the wall hard enough to break it. Matou Sakura isn't in the room. The one in bed is not her. You've fallen far, Ryder. I never thought I'd see a servant sleep in a bed pretending to be her master. I was unwilling, but this is an order. But if this is your carelessness, please do not push your responsibility onto me. Well said. She's the one causing us trouble. She grits her teeth. Rin glares at Ryder with hostility, and Ryder ignores it coolly. So Sakura, if there was a next time, said a better observer. You cannot deceive Sakura with a mere jade bird familiar. She does not match you in ability, but her instincts are as good as yours. I feel like I'm using the same voice. I'll have to set something different for writer. I see. Thanks for the advice. But I guess that's not all, huh? Of course not. Nope, that's the same voice. All right. Whatever. Sakura instructed me not to let you out of the house until she returns. Rin clicks her tongue. She can't do anything now. By herself, she cannot defeat or escape from Ryder. She can only stay here, just as Sakura planned. I'm really pissed. I tried to help her since she can't handle it by herself, but now she's going alone to settle things? Are you not going to resist? It is good to be graceful, but this is unexpected. I just don't have to go outside, right? I can't match you, so I'll stay quiet until she comes home. He sighs and leans against the wall. There's no will to fight. Ren relaxes, looks down, and... But, Ryder, she won't come back. No, even if she does come back, she won't be the Matou Sakura we know. Mentions the worst possible future with the cold voice of a mage. Interlude. Interlude 14-2. My chest hurts. My heart has been sending me a danger signal for a while now. Thump. Splat. The heart spits the rest of the body, raging around as though saying it'll if it moves anymore. I don't know who's talking. My throat hurts. Feels like I'm swallowing needles every time I take a breath. I have a feeling, but I don't know. It's too scary to breathe. I'm already oxygen deprived, so intentionally limiting my breathing is like suicide. My limbs don't move well because they lack oxygen. I made it this far with unsteady steps, but I might fall unconscious at any time. That thought brings back my strength. I can't fall here. Sneaking out would become meaningless. I need to settle my match. I have to stop the old man that made me a master, even if it cost me my life. Yep. I steady my breathing. It's fine. It's not hard. It might be hard for others, but it's no problem for me. I just have to look at him, like I do every night at dinner, and shake my head. And that old man's scheme will end. I don't think about what'll happen to me after I disobey the monster. If I do, I won't be able to go through with it, so I stop thinking too much. Fortunately, the memory in my head is vague. I won't remember what I'm doing now in the next instant, so the fear is relatively small. I walk through my house, which I haven't been in for a few days. A dark house. I look through my scattering memory, but can't remember the house ever being bright. It's just like always. It's damp, degenerate, and viscous, like always. But... no way. Why? That's not as expected. Oh. No way. Why? Not as expected. Grandfather's presence not in the house. The worm's presence cannot be felt anywhere. I hold myself upright and look around the empty living room. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. The old man is not in the house. His laughing voice is not in the basement. No way. Why? It doesn't make sense. Grandfather. Matou Zokin wants me back. But he couldn't do anything until now because I was at the Emiya household. So now should be his best chance. He'll definitely come and try to turn me into a holy grail if I'm alone. So why isn't he coming out? My consciousness is fading away. It's bad. I have to see Matou Zokin before I fall asleep, before Emiya Shiro goes into action. I have to see him and end it right now. It'll all be over once I see him, so why isn't he appearing today of all days? He should know. Right. There's no way he doesn't know. He's always watching me. He can find me no matter where I hide or how far I run. He knows he can easily catch and control me. He never considers the possibility that I might resist. He only treats me as a tool. So, Why? There's no way he doesn't know. It shouldn't even matter that the priest removed some of my crestworm, because that's just insurance. He's watching my actions using a more reliable method. He knows my current condition. He's even listening to my heartbeat. He knows that I'm alone here and that I left Ryder behind. Because he's... Sucker. The voice comes from right behind me, and... Nissan? Right when I realize it's Nissan and turn around. Interlude out. I don't stop until I reach the church. I was breathing hard when I was running down the hill, but my fatigue went away by the time I got to the intersection. Neat. Wow. Even I'm surprised by how well I'm doing. Even though I took the shortest route, I ran full speed for 5 kilometers from my house to the church. Wait. It's no time to be amazed at myself. I head to the entrance. I pull myself together, readying myself to have Kodomine talk if he knows everything. The priest is in the chapel. Seems like he's been waiting for me.
Oh, what's wrong, Shiro? I did not think you were admirable enough to pray to God when you were at a loss. Did you change your religious beliefs?
Offers an absurd welcome. Shut up. I don't have time for your sarcasm. If you want to make small talk, do it alone.
Oh? I see you seem disturbed. I'm surprised you made it back here in your condition. Why don't we go to the back if it's going to be a long conversation? It must be hard for you to stay on your feet.
I'm fine. Just answer me, Kodomine. You knew that Sakura was a holy grail, right?
Of course. I opened her body after all. I knew that she is a black grail that Matou Zoken coordinated.
The priest plainly answers, as if it's not a big deal. Do you know what that means? My head boils up in an instant. I try to be calm, but Kodomine's reply shatters my composure.
Yes, I knew better than you what that meant. If we let Matou Sakura live, she would end up killing many people. That is why I warned you. I asked you if she was worth keeping alive.
I stop. He's right. Kodomine did warn me back then. He saved her, but he kept repeating that keeping her alive was a mistake. Then why did you save Sakura? I really wanted to protect her, but you don't have a reason to.
I do have a reason. Like you, I did not want to let Matou Sakura die. I could not leave the new life within her to die. Humans die. Sakura's death would only be natural. Were she the only one to die, I would never have gone to such lengths.
If Sakura were the only one to die? In short, he's saying he saved Sakura to save the Black Shadow?
That's exactly right, Shiro. It is the law of nature for people to die from wounds, but you cannot kill what has not yet come into existence. You protect Matou Sakura to save her. I save Matou Sakura to protect the darkness that she conceived. That is my motive. We had different goals, but we both needed the girl to live. Are you dissatisfied with the result?
I'm not dissatisfied. No matter what his intentions were, I had no choice but to ask for his help back then. And he sacrificed his entire magic crest to save Sakura. I should at least thank him for the result. You're right. I'm not interested in what your motives are. Let me ask you. If you're saying that, you must know what that thing is.
You must mean the shadow threatening the town. Well, I have an idea. But what about you? What do you think it is?
Zoken said it's the contents of the Holy Grail. He said that what's inside the Holy Grail is coming out through Sakura.
You asked him yourself, eh? I see. That is certainly something he might think of. Do you believe everything he said? Do you believe the shadow is the contents of the Holy Grail appearing through Matou Sakura, and that it'll continue to kill people as long as she is alive? I won't trust Zoken, but his explanation matches the facts. I have to admit that Sakura and the shadow are related. Yes, Zoken's explanation contains no lie, but he's not telling the whole truth either. The power of in the Holy Grail is colorless. It is colorless so that it will never attack people on its own. Power without direction only disperses. Oh. What he's saying makes sense. First of all, why is something that's leaking out of the gate indiscriminately attacking people? What's going on? Why is it attacking people? It does not need... I do not need to mention why. There exists something that kills people inside the Holy Grail. That is the only possible explanation. What? Something that kills people? That thing is inside the Holy Grail and ruining Sakura? My vision wavers. This is too ridiculous to be true. But didn't I look up at such a thing 10 years ago? That makes even less sense. If the Holy Grail's power is colorless, something in it, something that has a purpose like killing people shouldn't exist in it. Correct. It is something that should not exist. It is a contradiction that should never have been created. But it is definitely there, within the Holy Grail. 10 years ago, I already told you how Kiritsugu and I fought for the Holy Grail. Its contents were already tainted at the time. The power that shouldn't have been colorless was instead a swirl that interpreted everything as slaughter. But it is big enough to swirl. It is a big enough swirl of magical energy to grant wishes. That function has not been lost. The only problem is that its idea of happiness is to use the evil to expose the good. That is why I brought on the tragic fire 10 years ago. I still found the Holy Grail worthy. Kiritsugu destroyed it, unable to accept its evil. I need not remind you of the result. My servant was showered with its tainted contents, and the mud that leaked from the Holy Grail burned the town and caused many deaths. You should remember the scene. Yeah, I did see it. I saw the cause of it. Then, that black hole is... Yes, it is a gate of the Holy Grail. How ironic. The cup that receives the purest souls. That pure object was completely tainted with a small amount of poison was mixed into it. It is colorless after all. No matter how deep and magnificent the Holy Grail may have been, it was powerless against a colored foreign substance. Foreign substance? That's what caused the contents of the Grail to change colors? Most likely. The Ainsburns summoned something they should not have in the third ritual. As a result, an impurity was introduced into the Holy Grail War, the ritual they had prepared. 60 years passed between the third and fourth wars, yet the impurity that had waited so long for its birth still could not emerge to the outside world. The fourth Holy Grail was too narrow. The war reached its deadline with Archer and Saber still remaining, and the Holy Grail was not complete. The gate did open, but Kiritsugu instantly destroyed it. Impurity? Then that guy is the main body of the Black Shadow? That guy is hardly a proper term. Even if the contents of the Holy Grail are tainted, it is still only a swirl of raw power. What's inside is a magical energy with a direction. It is a cursed swirl that is specialized and directed at killing people. It is a pure evil that is the embodiment of human evil. That is the phenomenon inside the Holy Grail. The main body of the shadow roaming the town at night. Well, it is still only an expected baby that cannot even produce the shadow without Matou Sakura. Expected baby?
Don't be ridiculous. Are you saying Sakura has to give birth to something mysterious like that?
No. It'll appear from her body if she is a legitimately made Holy Grail. But she is special. That thing is trying to consume her and become the gate itself. Its birth. It is trying to come into this world by transferring its power to her. It is power without a body. It has no need for a human form. It can exist in this world if someone inherits its power. The contents of the Holy Grail is not leaking out. It is an evil that is trying to bring itself into the world by permeating Matou Sakura. Therefore, the Black Shadow is not the content of the Holy Grail. It is already Matou Sakura herself. It is permeating into the Master, and once the power has completely succeeded, she will turn into the Shadow.
Hold on. Hold on a minute, Kodamine. Even if you say that, I can't think straight.
It was an incomplete Holy Grail from the start. No. She had already made the contract when the tainted Holy Grail from the last war was used. It would not have ended this way if the Ainsburn's Holy Grail were used. It would have been filled with curses, but they would not be compatible.
Shut up. First of all, your talks are too long. Thank God, yeah, I know, man. You should keep things simple. Like how that shadow isn't Sakura's subconscious. That's what Zoken said. The shadow's attacking people because that's its nature. Sakura... it's not something she wished for.
The curse swirling within the Holy Grail. The curse would not have been able to take form unless the Holy Grail was compatible with it. Instead, it connected with something that could give it shape. It would not have taken a definitive form if it were a normal Holy Grail, such as Ainsburn's gold or bronze using a body of a mage. It is a curse that has mass after them. In some cases, it might turn out to be an expanding lump of flesh.
Said I don't care about things that don't concern us. This is the point. Let me know the conclusion. Thought I could save Sakura if I defeated the Shadow. I thought I could save her if I could defeat it before Sakura completely turned to the Grail, but if that Shadow was Sakura herself...
The curse obtained a host named Matou Sakura. She's a human who was raised to be a magic circuit, embedded with the sense of touch that leaked out during the previous war. The more she opens the gate as the Holy Grail, the more she will combine with what is inside. But do not worry. So long as she retains her sanity, the Shadow will remain a shadow. No matter how much the curse may contaminate her, she still has command. As long as she tries to close the gate as a Holy Grail, the contents will stay in her and not be able to escape outside. It is the same as the relationship between a servant and his master. The servant, the curse, cannot use its power unless its master, Matou Sakura, allows it. One cannot overturn this relationship, no matter how strong one may be. Matou Sakura's sanity obstructs the curse's desire to kill people. Matou Sakura can accept the curse as a part of her, or her sanity can cave in and the magical energy of the curse. Cave into the magical energy of the curse. The darkness in her will be given birth the instant either occurs. She is the Shadow already. Even if the war were over, you can never return her to her original form.
That means... when I defeat the Black Shadow and see its corpse, Sakura's body will come out from beneath its darkness. I thought my heart stopped. I clutched my chest and forced myself to breathe. Then letting Sakura live means...
letting that Black Shadow emerge. Her mind will eventually die, and hell will take form. Well, I did not think her body could endure it, but you have done well, Amiyashiro. She is still functioning as the Holy Grail, thanks to you.
You want to turn Sakura into a monster?
Of course. No matter what it may be, we cannot stop it as long as it has the will to be born. And do not misunderstand, Emiya Shiro. You call it a monster when it has not even come into this world?
Of course! That shadow is a devil! It's a devil that's killing people without limit!
You are rushing to conclusions. Good and evil are what we decide on after it occurs. Nobody can deny what is yet to exist. Or what? Are you saying the son of a criminal will definitely be a criminal, so we should kill him before he is born? What?
How ridiculous. The thing is a killer by its very nature. This is a weird debate to be having. And in reality, it is killing people.
That is your mistake. That shadow has only been created from the host, Matou Sakura. What is about to be born from the Holy Grail is something different. That shadow is merely using Matou Sakura to suck lives needed for its birth. It's the same as a baby that wants to live. You cannot judge it to be good or evil as it is doing so unconsciously.
Don't be stupid! People are dying!
True. It shall receive punishment for its crime. That is after it is born. Nobody can deny its existence right now. You cannot reject that which has not yet been born and cannot be punished. Look, clear evil does not exist in this world. There is an evil in this world. Would it not be the act of denying what is about to be born?
Oh, if there was an evil. I swallow my words.
It's not that I agree with Kodamine that Sakura should become the contents of the Holy Grail, but condemning him won't change anything, let alone save Sakura. Kodamine, is your intention to have Sakura turn into the Holy Grail? I ask with hostility. It is a question to clarify our positions, a statement made too late to be a declaration of hostility. I said that is why I saved her. I will bless whatever is born. Just as you protect Matou Sakura, I will protect the embryo. I see. Does that mean you are our enemy? Of course. But it's not that I want Matou Sakura's life, or that I want the Holy Grail's power like Matou's Zoken. I will only protect what lies within the Holy Grail after it has been born. If the mother, Matou Sakura, should reject the child before it is born, I will respect her decision. There's no lie in his words. This priest does not care who wins the Holy Grail War. All he wants is the result. He just wants to see what appears after Zoken or I remain. A bit weird to say you will remain. Anyway, he has no intention of forcing Sakura and altering her. He's saying he'll save Sakura only when we're able to save her, and when she turns into something else. Alright. I won't do anything to you as long as you're just watching. No matter your intentions, you save Sakura's life. That's all I care about right now. I see. All I did was save the body of the mother, but I will not say anything if that is what you think. Well, is that all? Then go back to Matou Sakura. This is no time for her to be left alone. The priest is worrying about Sakura's health. No, her mind. We're clearly enemies, yet I still can't tell for certain. Now, I want to ask one more thing. This will probably be my last question. Oh, if that is the case, I cannot refuse. Alright, I shall listen. Kodamine, can Sakura be saved? The atmosphere changes. The pressure from the priest increases as he gives me advice. There is a way, but the success rate is about 50-50. It's pretty good odds. The person called Matou Sakura will disappear once she is complete as a Holy Grail. But if her mind can endure the power from the Holy Grail for a bit, that small amount of time will be your hope. A few seconds at most. You will need to control the Holy Grail and use its power to eliminate what is within her. In short, you're using brute force. You just need to use the Holy Grail to kill the baby within her and the crest worm that is transforming her. The Holy Grail is tainted, but it still has the power to grant wishes. If it is used to kill, it can kill any form of life. So it all comes down to the Grail, huh? From the start, this war is... Yes, It all comes down to obtaining the Holy Grail. Watch out. You are directing the power of the Holy Grail at itself. A normal mage would not be able to control the magical energy, and it could end up repeating the disaster that occurred 10 years ago. Not only that, it is madness to try and take control of the Holy Grail in only a few seconds. It is a miracle you will never achieve by yourself. But that's the only way, right? Then I'll do it. If that's the case, I do have one. I see. You have Rin. Rin is Matou Sakura's older sister. It should be possible to tune with her sister's mind and moderate the reaction from the Holy Grail. But I do not think Rin would go with such a ridiculous gamble. That's true. I'll have to convince her to change our course of action once I get home. That's fine. That's my problem. Well, I hate to say it, but thanks. I don't approve of your opinion, but I'll thank you. Hold on. I answered your question, so I had something to ask of you as well. I stop. I don't want to, but there's nothing I can do if I can return the favor. What? You're the one that said that. This is it. Make it short. Well, let's say, by some chance, you do save Matou Sakura with this method. But are you fine with that, Emiyashiro? Even if Matou Sakura is not a Holy Grail anymore, it will not change the fact that she ate humans. Are you going to protect such a sinner? It stops, and Heart freezes. You are not the only one who cannot bear it. Matou Sakura has killed many. Do not think she will be able to forgive herself. It must be painful to commit a crime and live on, knowing you cannot atone for it. Then is it not better to just kill her? It is less painful that way, and it'll be an apology to all who she has killed. That's right. Chain would end right there. It doesn't matter if she intended to or not. No matter the reason, the assailant must be punished. If she took lives, she must repay the victims with something of equal value. So kill. My morals tell me that I must kill Sakura if I truly pity the victims. Not only that, if I can't save Sakura and she becomes a Holy Grail, nothing can stop her. Many more lives will be lost. Just like that day, innocent people will die without knowing the meaning of their death. I swallow the gastric juices coming up my throat. My eyes become bloodshot. I might bleed out of my eyes. I slash the pressure with thousands of swords and... Right. That won't be atonement. I confess that I'll still protect Sakura. I see. So that means you will not follow Emiya Kiritsugu's path. He talks as if he's disinterested. The priest regards me with a bored expression as if disappointed. Father's path? That's right. Your father loved humans. Higher, wider, farther. He loved humans as they go over their limits without end. That is why he turned himself into the definite evil. The man would have killed Matou Sakura. He threw away his human emotions for the sake of justice. Is that any different from you? Casting away one person's happiness for the sake of justice for many people's happiness? No. What you people call happiness did not bring me joy. What? That's not a reply. It's more than that. He's not even looking at me. Right. We were different. He threw away what he had, but I had nothing to throw away. The result was the same, but the process was completely different. His existence was too unpleasant. His agony was truly unpleasant. If he went to such lengths to cast it away, he should never have had it in the first place. But still he agonized over his decision, trying to pick it back up after he threw it away. As if trying to say that it is the correct way for humans to live. The difference was crucial, yes. If I cannot obtain anything, why was I born into this world?
The priest's words are not directed at anyone, but they contain anger. They contain emotion, which I thought this guy didn't have.
Come to think of it, there was no way you can succeed, Kiritsuga. He did what was necessary by throwing things away, but you insist on having it both ways. You are similar to me. You died once and broke down when you were resurrected. It is posteriori, but you are like me, a defect from birth.
What part of me is broken?
You just do not realize it. You have no concept of self, so I did not think you would concern yourself with a single person. No, rather,
You are not concerned about many, but concerned about all, as if there were only one. Yeah. Kodamine Kyrie sounds almost envious as he speaks to himself.
Anyway, I will not stop you if you plan to save Matou Sakura in spite of everything. Be burdened with as much sin as you want. But let me warn you. If you want to save Matou Sakura in any way, you will need to kill Matou Zoken. He will take over her body after her mind disappears. You will not be able to save her after that.
You mean Zogen will take over Sakura?
Yes. His main body is a parasite. I do not know where the worm in his soul exists, but it is easy for him to take over another's body as long as it is alive. He is immortal, in a way. You cannot completely eliminate him unless you find that tiny main body or purify his soul itself.
I see. That's actually a relief. I have to defeat Zoken either way.
I see. It certainly is easy to understand. Defeat Matou Zoken and make Matou Sakura the winner. Control the Holy Grail that appears and purify Matou Sakura's body. So that is your course of action.
I don't want to, but I nod. The plan should be simple, like Kodamine said.
This is just my personal opinion, but Matou Sakura's mind is surprisingly strong, and too well suited to the curse of the Holy Grail. If Rin is the positive, she is the negative. If Matou Sakura made a mistake, it is right there. That black shadow has developed Matou Sakura over his expectations. That must be why he contacted you. Protect Matou Sakura. If she can survive the emergence, she should not die.
I don't say anything, but I nod back. Kodamine wants Sakura to change, but he's still much better than Zoken. You won't get to take any part of this. I won't let such a mysterious thing be born.
That's the spirit. Whatever happens, do not let Zoken have her.
With a snort, I turn my back to him. I have no business here. I have to quickly go back to Sakura. What? That's the first thing I feel after returning home is an icy chill. Nothing's wrong, and there's no sign of danger, but I have a bad feeling. There's nobody in the living room. Ilya's sleeping in her room. Misaka's preparing in her room. Sakura is... I'm coming in, Sakura! I call out and place my hand on the doorknob. Oop, shit. I feel a cold sensation on my back. I shake off my uneasiness and open the door. Sakura. Oop. I see Reddit for a second, but her figure disappears. Behind her, the bed which Sakura should be in is empty. The light turns on. I look around in surprise. Welcome back. I won't ask where you were, but you certainly took your time. Tosaka, what is this? Isn't it obvious? Sakura went out by herself, and Red has been glaring at me until now. I guess she's under orders not to hurt you. She switched to spirit form and ran out as soon as you came in. What? Tosaka sounds calm. No, that's not it. Her voice doesn't sound calm. Her tone is one of cold disinterest, as if she's given up on something.
Tosaka. Sakura really went out? It's true. She was gone before you left, so it's already been 2 hours. I don't know what her intentions are, but I guess she doesn't want to follow our directions. You had better stop me from going after her, so she must not want us to know what she's doing. Don't be stupid! Sakura wouldn't hide things from us. I can't say for certain. Sakura's nightmare. I have no idea what Sakura thought about her deteriorating body. We have to bring her back. If we leave her alone, they may be victims. She might drain magical energy from anyone she sees, like when she attacked me at school. No one was attacked by the shadow last night, right? So she must be hungry. Tosaka. Tosaka looks away and swallows her words. Her eyes say to give up, telling me it's over. Tosaka, you... We can look for Sakura. I agree with that. But once we find her, we know what to do if Sakura isn't herself anymore, right? That's not possible. Sakura will always be Sakura. Are you insane? Can't you tell she's at her limit? Give up already, Shiro. If you keep protecting her, you'll be the first one to die. We can make stupid speculations later. We need to find Sakura and bring her home right now. After that, I'll argue with you as long as you like, so shut up for now. Hey, wait, Shiro. I run through the hallway. I don't have time to wonder where Sakura went. It's over now, Shiro. I run outside at full speed as if denying her words. Shiro, are you going to look for Sakura? Then, someone unexpected calls to me from behind. Yeah, okay. When did she come here? Ilya's watching me from a distance as if there's a wall between us. Ilya. Tell me, Shiro. Are you going to look for Sakura? I nod. Ilya's voice is tense. Despair in her voice is different from Tosaka's. As a Holy Grail, Ilya must understand what condition Sakura's in. I see. But Shiro, Sakura went outside by herself because she didn't want you to see her. She's scared and doesn't want to die, but she still chose to end herself in order to protect you. The Sakura you like doesn't exist anymore. She went out by herself to eliminate herself. Ilya looks straight at me. I meet her gaze and shake my head. I won't let that happen. Even if Sakura isn't Sakura anymore, there's only one thing I'm going to do. I see. But Shiro, both Sakura and I have another self in us. It's probably not the Ilya you know, and it's not the Sakura you know. Sakura won't come back. She'll just be a different person after she changes. But you still refuse to kill her? Quiet question. This is what Ilya really means. The Holy Grail is made with the premise of it breaking down. So I don't need to hesitate about destroying it. But to me, it sounds like if she's talking about herself rather than about Sakura. Shiro, let me ask you one more time. Are you still going to look for Sakura? I don't know how much emotion her question carries, so I honestly tell her the path I choose. Yeah, I'm going to go look for her. Sakura will always be Sakura to me. The same goes for you. Even if you turn into a mysterious thing like the Holy Grail, you'll still be Ilya. No matter how much you may have changed. If Ilya is inside you, you'll be the Ilya I know. I don't know about difficult things. That's all I care about. I put my hand on the door. It's Silken's place. That's the only place Sakura would go to. I hear her behind me. All right. Please wait here, Ilya. I'll go find Sakura and bring her back right away. I leave. Ilya stays standing in the hallway as if seeing off something very far away. I wonder if Rin is still trapped in Sakura's room. I reach the Matou household. I'm not out of breath. My body has to be tired, but it doesn't complain to me at all. It's open. I stop before I ring the doorbell. Someone go in? I'm out. The front door is half open, and it's dead quiet inside. I don't feel any human presence. The Matou household is gloomier than yesterday.
There's nobody on the first floor. My footsteps echo through the hallway. The floor creaks as I make my way to the stairs. There's nobody on the second floor. I see the sky through the glass above the landing. Once I make my way to the top, I'm able to tell that there's no living person on the second floor. I turn to go downstairs, but I stop. A living person. A strange feeling makes me head to the room with its slightly open door. It's Sakura's room. I've seen it once before, but I've never actually gone in there before. It's because Sakura pushed us out with a red face when Shinji led me there. I think it was 2 years ago. Nothing's changed. The girl's room, it's a simple room suited for Sakura. And on the bed, Shinji is the corpse of Matou Shinji. Interlude 14:3. You're home late, aren't you? The man who is her younger brother is no longer masking his expression. He has no trace of the fake smile he wore until now, pretending to be her brother. You traitor! You were disgraced to the name of Matou! He screams as he approaches her. He scowls at the girl, approaching her with slow but menacing steps. The girl's chin jumps. She knows that this hatred, this murderous emotion is aimed at her. Yeah, that's what I expect from you. That's right. You don't change no matter how much you pretend to be a normal person. You're a Matou woman. You're a vulgar failure of a magus. Mate, all you do is cower, fear, and lose your emotions until you're just like a doll. The man takes another rough step towards the girl. No. She shrinks away. The man smiles with a sense of superiority he had long forgotten. That's why he doesn't notice until it happens. The girl cowering before his eyes has none of her former meekness. He doesn't notice that she's filled with nothing but disgust and loathing. Oh, you sure are genic today. I see, that's great. I bet Emmy is depressed now. Don't come near me, Nissan. The girl refuses the bloodthirsty man with all her might. Huh? The man stops. He lowers his outstretched hand slightly and looks down at the girl as one might look at a mysterious thing. What did you say? What did you just say? A voice of surprise. The girl gulps, but stares resolutely back at him. I said please don't come near me. I won't obey you anymore. Senpai accepted a girl like me. He said he'll protect me. I'm not your toy, Nissan, The girl frantically tries to shake off the man's pressure. A hollow voice. The man looks down at the girl standing before him. Shut up, you! And all he releases all his rage on her. Emiya? You won't do as I tell you? Don't get it wrong. What are you trying to do? I'm your older brother, so I'm always the one to decide. You have to obey me like always. His fury is unstoppable. The man has no sanity left, having been denied by something that had never betrayed him. Take it, Sakura. You're mine. You're nobody else's. Know your place. You're a Matou woman. You have no right to disobey me. The man's rage knows no bounds. The girl's eyes show great determination, condemning the man. He can't stand the look in her eyes. He doesn't want her staring straight at him. But at the same time, he laughs at her futile efforts. He laughs. He laughs. As her brother laughs. And she realizes what he's thinking. No matter what, he intends to ruin her for his own amusement. Why? She murmurs. Why does it always end up like this? She endured so many things. She lied to others, lied to herself, and kept telling herself that she could be happy. She thought she was happy just being at her senpai's house. Why isn't he protecting such a small thing? No, he's not the only one who isn't protecting her. She thought for a long time. She is cursed for a long time. Why? Why the world around her hates her so much? The strength floods out of her body. She loses her will to resist, and her brother looks down at her in satisfaction.
The girl stares up at him with empty eyes as he triumphantly lays bare his dark emotions. I wish he wouldn't exist. 11 years. She thinks something she has never thought during that whole time. The air makes a sound. The man on top of her falls down. Fresh blood splatters onto her. The girl raises her body and looks at her silent brother. Ah, it was an instant death. He must have been hit with a very sharp string. A line is visible on the back of his head, as if it was drawn with pencil. The line reaches his brain, but the line is too thin to make it spill out, and his blood is the only thing flowing out. I don't think I understand. It doesn't really matter. Ah. She looks down at it without emotion. The shadow that killed her brother wavers. It wavers in the gray sunlight. Her own shadow. Her own shadow is standing up and wavering. So she's the one that killed. It was she who killed her brother. She understands, but does not feel anything. She feels nothing. 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 No disgust, no fear, no guilt, no regrets. The only thought in her vacant mind was that it was easy. She's used to it. This isn't her first time, because she saw plenty in her dreams. She saw it in her dream, so did she copy what she saw? She doesn't know, but she thinks she should have done it sooner. If she had known she wouldn't feel anything, she would have done it a long time ago. She thinks and... Her empty emotion murmurs that it was fun. 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 Where? When? What? Dream. That's right. She wasn't dreaming. Those dreams were not dreams. The one that wandered through the night and killed the men was herself. Yeah, she killed many people. She killed many people. She killed them. She killed them laughing. It's so funny. She laughs. She'll break down unless she laughs. She can't bear it unless she's laughing. But more tears flow out of she the more she laughs, and everything becomes meaningless for her. It's so funny, her stomach hurts. It's so she's regressing mentally every time she laughs. It's so comforting and neutral. Oh, how stupid, how foolish. Her face is contorted in a manic grin. In place of her silent brother, the girl sweetly spills out a voice like glass. And like that, after tinkering with her brother's body like she's playing house, she gets up, stands in front of the mirror, still covered in blood. Behind her stands the shadow that killed so many. Her own shadow. Black shadow that has eaten countless people. Someone was there, trying hard not to turn her into it. Someone was there by her side. She laughs. There was never any hope for her. I see. I was slowly going crazy. She twirls in front of the mirror. The girl makes a proud smile. Look, senpai, I was broken from the beginning. She speaks as if asking for a dance. The girl's consciousness ends there.
To be more accurate, it changes. It's merely that her repressed subconscious has risen to the surface. Something talks to the girl, behind her. The darkness stays as darkness, shows up as a presence, and looks at the girl. You have killed many people, Sakura. The girl doesn't reply. She doesn't even need to acknowledge such a question. You cannot live as a human anymore. The girl doesn't reply. She doesn't need to be told about it. Accept the shadow. Nobody can stop you. Seize the daughter of Einsborn and obtain the Holy Grail. That is the only way for you to live. Oh, it's open. Yes, as you wish, grandfather. Nods quietly. Did she agree because it sounds fun? Or did she just want to run away? The girl doesn't understand her own mind anymore. The pain in her body goes away as soon as she accepts it. It crawls up. Black mud comes out from her core and smears itself on her skin. The pain turns into fire to burn her skin, like a curse. It turns her white skin into something else. Oh, with this I won't lose to anyone. Nobody will get in the way. She knows that she is the strongest one now. In her mind, the girl kills everyone who has threatened her. Her body trembles. Just imagining it fills her with the greatest joy. And in this fantasy, foremost on her mind is the relative she loves the most, the one called Tosako Rin. Interlude out. Shinji. Shinji's corpse is on the bed. There's nothing else. What happened here? There's no way I would know, but Sakura. Somehow I can tell that Sakura killed him. I can't think. Shinji's corpse, Sakura's whereabouts. It's only been half a day since I embraced Sakura, so how did it end up like this? Oh, so it is the Anya boy. I would like to commend you for coming here, but it seems you were a bit too late. Turn around at the sudden voice. There's no one behind me. I know there's nobody in this house. Silken's voice is echoing through the room, even though he's not here. Silken, what did you do to Sakura? I did nothing. As you can see, my unworthy grandson tried to violate her and was killed instead. It's nothing to make a fuss over. He does it every Tuesday. But this will be the last time I call him an unworthy grandson. He was useless, but he fulfilled his role in the end. He laughs. I can't see the old mage, but I'm sure he's laughing with a hideous face. Shinji's role? Yes. I cannot make her put her mind to it. She hates me too much. So I had to have you, or Shinji, break her down. I needed Sakura to feel despair in this world, to have her accept her own shadow. Oh my, it was my mistake. I took her emotional strength too lightly. I expected her to break easily, but she would never do so on her own. It seems torturing her for a long period of time had its flaw. I did not expect her to become so persistent. You? My nerves condense. Even before I understand what he's saying, I clench my right fist, open my magic circuit, and... well, if I'm to be greedy, I wanted you to betray her. She would not have awakened incompletely. Her body and mind would have completely turned into the shadow in that case. But that's only a matter of time. With Shinji's death, she has finally accepted her position. I need only watch over her now. She will follow her instincts to feed on people and destroy herself from overeating. My work comes after I punch the wall. With all my might, I lash out at the darkness where the voice is coming from. I unconsciously fill my hand with magical energy, which is transmuted into the wall and sweeps the darkness from the room. My, how frightening. The worms I left to keep watch over this place have been crushed. Soon my voice will no longer reach you. Shut up and get out of here, Zoken. I'll rip you to pieces! Well, I'm afraid I cannot do that.
The goal the Makiri have sought for 500 years is within my grasp. I cannot be killed now, yet I am not so ungrateful as to kill you.
Ungrateful? Shut up. When did I do anything for you?
You did. You raised Sakura. Before, she merely endured, but you taught her how to desire others. Yes, I appreciate what you did, Emiyashiro. This ritual was a success because of you. That is why I will not kill you. I need you to see her after she matures.
So, can...
Nobody can stop her now. She has killed her brother, so she cannot turn back. She will take an archer's soul from Einsburn's Holy Grail and steal the key to reach the gate. That will be the end. Mercury's earnest desire, the reproduction of the third sorcery, will be achieved.
The annoying laugh goes through the room. I need to go back home and make sure everyone's fine. Oh, wow. Hold on. Steal Einsburn's Holy Grail? I run. I don't care about the laughter. I'm sure he's watching me from a safe place. There's no time to let an old man's drivel get to me.
That's right. Hurry, Emiyashiro. Sakura has turned dark. Once she captures Iliasville, she will swallow her without mercy.
I kick the ground hard enough to tear my legs off. Please be alright, Ilya. It'll take 20 minutes to get to my house, even if I run full speed. I glare at the gray sky and run frantically back to Ilya. Intermission. Interlude 14-4. I'm gonna take a... Zilken's voice isn't great for my throat. Oh, hold on. The girl is looking up at the sky. The gray sunlight dulls her silver hair and red eyes.
Yeah, I have to tell Shiro once he gets home.
Iliasville talks to herself. The Emiya household is quiet. Shiro and Win went to find Sakura. Ryder, naturally, is nowhere to be seen, leaving Ilya as the only one here.
Giant cavern. The promised land built 200 years ago. From the feel of it, it's already activated.
This is the 5th Holy Grail War in Fuyuki. The Holy Grail has been summoned to different places each time, but has returned to the original site for this war. It's only natural. They use one of the group gates located at the 4 compass points, and move on to the next one when one fails. First was the Ryudo Temple. Second was the Tosaka household. Third was on top of the church, on the top of the hill. Fourth was that burned field. Then, this summoning returns to the site on the first. The point of origin. The Ryudo Temple. The false utopia that sets the rules under the Holy Grail War.
A Holy Grail filled with the souls of heroic spirits. Using it to open the gate is the very miracle they aimed for. But I didn't expect its contents to come out before the gates had even opened.
Ilya murmurs in disbelief. It's far away from the Einsburn's dearest wish. They have failed. The disaster that will be born is a far cry from what they wished for.
I can just leave it be. My role is to open it. Nobody told me anything about closing it.
And she couldn't possibly close it even if she tried. Matou Sakura excels in her ability as a Holy Grail. Einsburn's Holy Grail cannot do anything to the gate opened by Makiri's Holy Grail. Matou Zoken thinks that he opened the same gate, but in reality he opened a completely different one. The only ones aware of this are the Holy Grails, the girl, and Matou Sakura.
Will Shiro make it? I could run away with him if he does.
She looks up into the sky. The girl's wavering. She doesn't know whether to choose the role imposed on her, or the desire born from within her.
But Shiro, it makes no difference to the fact that I'm going to die.
The result is the same. Regardless of whether she goes to the gate as the Holy Grail, or runs away, she will die. Which is her true self? He asked the gray sky for an answer. That's why she doesn't notice. The person who came through the door with an "I'm home." Did she slip through the bounded field? Or did it not consider her trespassing? Slowly, she moves from the living room to the yard without a sound, then reaches out to the girl sitting at the porch. You're home late, Sakura. Where were you? Nisan. The trespasser Matou Sakura stops her hand. She looks away from Ilya and Chosaka Rin, who's been waiting for her in the yard. Get away from Ilya. I'll shoot you down if you get any closer to her. Everyone knows there's no empty threat. It's no empty threat, sorry. It's useless. Well, go ahead if it'll satisfy you, Rin. Ilya's Field starts walking without showing any surprise. The girl walks to the edge of the yard as if to watch over the two's confrontation. I see. You were waiting here all along, Nisan. You knew I was going for Ilya-chan. Yeah, I don't have a reason to save you, unlike Shiro. It was obvious that you'd come to kidnap Ilya when the time came. You've done it once before, so I'd be foolish not to keep an eye out for her. Sakura's brow twitched at Shiro's name, showing unhappiness. She shows undisguised hatred that would surprise anyone who knew her previous self. That's terrible. You're always like that, Nisan. You always make fun of me. You're beautiful, so you look down on me because I'm dirty. You're absolutely hateful, Nisan. Am I that bad of a person? Her voice contains no emotion. The question alone could send a chill up anyone's spine. Of course. You're a big idiot who gave up her chance to be saved the instant she stepped out of this house. You didn't trust the person that Matou Sakura wanted to protect. But Chosaka Rin gives a firm reply. Oh. Sakura looks down, as if acknowledging the truth of her mistake. But Don't say you thought it was for the best. We told you not to go outside. If you had any objections, you should have come and talked to us first. But you went without saying anything. You went alone and made the same mistake you always made. Unbelievable. People take advantage of you because you can't do something as simple as that. You're right. I was definitely like that. Until now. But Nisan, I'm not weak anymore. You're the one who can stay in the house now. I'll protect Senpai. Her cold stare, emitting ominous shadow. Realizing that it's as she feared, Rin takes a step back. Not knowing that her hesitation is the last trigger that drives Matou Sakura. What's wrong, Nisan? Curling your back like that makes it look like you're scared of me. It's too late when she clicks her tongue. No, it's not too late or anything. When Sakura reached for Iliasville, then it was already too late. I see. So you don't intend to stay quietly in your room anymore? No, I won't listen to what you say anymore. Because I'm stronger. Ooh, shit. The shadow dances. Many shades of darkness emerge from the ground below Sakura and engulf the yard. And from that shadow... Sakura, you... emerges a swordsman who is contaminated in black. Saber, capture the Holy Grail. If she tries to resist, go as rough as you like. Saber Alter obeys without a word. There's no doubt about it. But that shadow is... Chosaka Rin bites her lips, seeing what kind of fate awaits a servant swallowed by the mud. At that instant... A merciless attack. A shadow with magical energy far surpassing that of Chosaka Rin is fired. She rolls as she lands. The fired shadow is on the same level as the black shadow. It'll be the end if it touches her. If it even grazes her, it'll stick to her skin, covering her in an instant. And after that, if Chosaka Rin is swallowed by the mud that even a servant cannot escape, she'll be absorbed without any hope of resistance. Black tentacle whipped towards her in rapid succession. Rin realizes that the attacks are not from the Black Shadow, but a magic Sakura possesses. That magic of Matou is to bind others. But Sakura is originally from the Tosaka family, a shadow user with an origin of the imaginary element, the imaginary number. Matou Sakura is able to embody the Black Shadow to that degree because she has both of those attributes. Born one way and raised another to make the perfect Black Grail. She's easily cornered. Their magical energy capacities are too unevenly matched. Sakura's magical energy is infinite. Her capacity reaches 100 million. The Rin, whose capacity is a mere 300, Sakura is a monster. She controls both the Black Shadow and Saber, who has the greatest magical energy out of all the servants. Even a servant will not be able to match such a monstrous mage. This is bad. Our magic's simple, but our energy capacity is too different. She stares at what Sakura has become, gasping for breath. She has no chance of winning, and she cannot escape. It'd be a different story if she had enough magical energy like the Holy Grail, but she doesn't have such a thing. Well, no magical energy source in the world can match the Holy Grail. She suppresses her frustration by grumbling. Oh, you can't do that, Nisan. It's dangerous if you stop there. Sakura points her hand at Rin without hesitation. There's no mercy. Sakura smiles, enjoying the absolute dominance. Now, let's play more, Nisan. I know you'll be caught in the end. Please keep running until then. Sakura smiles at her beloved sister. Interlude out. Oh, no more? Okay, cool. The result is as obvious as she says. Rin can't get away from the shadow. Sakura can quickly cover the whole house with the shadow if she wishes. Sakura slowly expands the extent of it. Rin is defeated without being able to do anything. The Black Shadow covers Tosaka Rin. The gel-like mud tightly binds Rin's body, turning into numerous tongues to invade her magic circuit. That's a weird word choice. Oh, is that all? You're not as strong as I thought, Nisan. She looks down at her helpless sister, wild breathing and heated cheeks. Her older sister's covered in heavy oil, exciting even Sakura, who is of the same sex. Oh, okay. Damn, Sakura's a freak. Or Dark Sakura's a freak. Sakura. Her face is left uncovered, perhaps because Sakura wants to enjoy her pain. You... Rin swallows her contempt and glares back at Sakura. But there's only for a few seconds. The mud that stirs her body violates her internal organs. I'll be having you now. I was looking forward to this. This will be the first time I've eaten magical energy from a mage. The gel-like shadow tightens around Tosaka Rin. The meal doesn't even last a second. It's good. I'm not full it out, but it helps a bit. The last traces of magic fade from Tosaka Rin. That's the end. Head down and chest heaving, Rin has no power to resist. She has no way to fight back, but... that won't do. I have to kill her here or I will lose to Nisan. It is a groundless assumption. The difference in their powers will never be overturned. But Sakura is firmly convinced that she will lose if they fight again. So she has to kill her here. Taking her magical energy and leaving her powerless isn't enough. She has to kill Rin here, just as Rin tried to do to her. She tries to convince herself as she opens her palms. Nisan, you... The shadow doesn't extend. She trembles, gaze focused at her weaker sister, and... Sakura! The person she least wants to see catches up to her. And there's the interlude out. There you go. Yep. Damn, what's going on? It's obvious that something's going on in the yard. The damp magical energy makes me want to vomit, is swirling so much that I can almost touch it. I would feel the abnormality even if I weren't a mage. Look, I wasn't prepared for it, but I got dizzy the instant I see it. Tosaka is covered by a shadow like coal tar. Ilya is standing on the side of the yard, and Saber Altar is standing in front of her. In the middle of the yard is Sakura, pointing her hand at Tosaka. You heard it. I jump into the yard. I have to help them both, but Tosaka is in the most danger right now. Covered in coal tar, Tosaka looks pale. It looks like her life is in danger. Tosaka! Hey! Put yourself together, you idiot! There is no reply. Hold on, I'll have this off you in a minute. I tear away the mud that's covering her. The mud is gelatinous, but it is like rubber. I can't grab it, and even if I pull it off her body, it just bounces back onto her. What is this? I can touch her, so why can't the mud off no matter what? I panic and frantically try to free her. There? It's useless, Senpai. I'm the only one who can dispel my shadow. Someone as weak as you will be swallowed instead. Sakura? Sakura speaks in a cold voice I've never heard from her. Sakura, your face. My rage turns to ice. Sakura's neck. Something looks like a tattoo is consuming her. But it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it, but it's a command spell. A mysterious command spell is crawling over Sakura's body. I'm surprised. You came here in a hurry, Senpai. But you're confused. You saw what happened to Nissan, but you're scolding. But you're not scolding me. That's fine. We don't have to talk about Shinji right now. I'll listen once you've calmed down. Didn't say that. That's right. I have to talk with Sakura right now. Soken said a lot of crazy shit, but they're all lies. Sakura is still Sakura. He's talking to me like always, and... No, I don't want to talk about it. And I don't want to talk with you, Senpai. I'm the only one that gets to talk here. No one can scold me now, be it Senpai, Nissan, or anyone in town. Chill runs down my back. No, this isn't just a chill. It's an intensely cold thorn, as if a knife were slashed from my brain down to my waist. Senpai, why are you protecting Nissan? My vision whites out for a second. A shadow is standing behind Sakura. A chill runs through my body, paralyzing me with fear. That's Sakura. Even when I heard about that the shadow is Sakura, I could bear it. But now that I've seen it, I know. My left arm melted when it merely touched it. The thing that went around town killing people, like a machine. Sakura. Sakura. My throat goes dry. My eyeballs convulse. My vision wavers as if space itself is twisted. Every cell in me screams a warning, trying to defrost my frozen body. But it doesn't melt. Sakura's presence isn't human. Something different. It's not her vast magical energy that got to me. There's only one reason why my body is frozen. Sakura is being hostile towards me. Yes, you were always like that. You'd said you'd protect me. But then you'd watch over everybody but me. But it's fine. I wanted you because you're that kind of person. My vision distorts. The words from the Sakura I don't know cause my mind to break apart. It tells me it's not her. She's not Sakura. Something I shouldn't think about fills my brain. My presence here is painful for you, right, Senpai? Oop, shit. I know how much of a burden I am to you. You'll continue to suffer as long as you're with me. So I had to get away from you. Ooh. The shadow dances around. The ground is like a stage for a shadow picture. But I can't. You're the only happiness I have. And you can't get away from me because you can't betray yourself anymore. Yes, that's why I'll kill you. You'll be with me forever, and most of all, you won't have to suffer anymore. Right? Oop, shit. The shadow stretches. It surges forth like a wave, trying to swallow me along with Tosaka. I react by instinct, pushing Tosaka away. The black tide sweeps over me. I don't even think about avoiding it myself. I was frightened. I thought Sakura wasn't Sakura for an instant. That knowledge wouldn't let me move my body. I know this. This is the darkness I was showered with before. I'll go insane. I couldn't even bear it for a second back then. My mind will disappear before my body if it falls directly on me. My body shrivels. My warmth fades away. It's more painful and frightening than I thought, so my body struggles to break free. But I can't jump. First of all, there's no ground to kick off of. I will... I realize I'm back in the yard. My vision is filled with purple hair. Oh. Ryder, you... This is your order, Sakura. You told me to protect Emiyashiro no matter the circumstances. Right? Sir? It's Ryder that saved me from the Black Wave. Please do not move. You will faint if you try and stand up on your own in your state. No, I can't even stand up. I'm on my knees, and just breathing is enough effort to render me unconscious. I see. You're going to oppose me, Ryder? Well, then I'll take you in as well. I don't need any more servants since I've absorbed something that wasn't in the plan. But I'll specially make you just like Saber. The shadow stands up. Maybe she's serious because Ryder is opposing her. The shadow coming from Sakura covers the whole yard. The whole place is dyed black. Ryder doesn't show signs of running away, but stares at the creeping shadow like a criminal awaiting execution. I don't know who's talking, so I'm not going to say anything. That's enough. You shouldn't do anything unnecessary, Sakura. You can't come back if you take any more in. It's... Oh, Ilya. The shadow stops its advance. What does that mean, Ilias fell? I mean exactly what I said. If you absorb Ryder, kill Shiro, or disable Rin, it'll be meaningless. You're wasting your time, so why don't you stop throwing a tantrum? What's she up to? Ilya walks over to Sakura. I'm the one you want, right? Well, let's just finish this. I'll go with you, so leave them alone. Are you serious? I only want your heart. Coming with me means you don't mind getting killed. I know, but I'm going to be killed either way, and resist is useless. You're the strongest one for now. Ilya talks without emotion. Pisses me off. In my condition, I can't figure out what Ilya's trying to say. Are you saying you'll sacrifice yourself, Iliasville? Yes, that is my role. The formal dress isn't here. If you want to open the gate, as the discussor, you have to go to my castle to get it. And you intend to settle things, right? Then there's no need to kill Shiro. You accepted it because you don't want to kill anyone, but now you don't want to kill... You want to kill them? You're contradicting yourself, Sakura. The shadow retreats. Not only the shadow of the yard, but the mud on Tosaka fades away as though it never existed. Alright, it'll save me the trouble of finding it myself. I don't know what you're trying to do, but I'll fall for your smooth talk. Her long hair flutters. Sakura turns her defenseless back to us and leaves, as if she lost interest in us. Sakura! I scream for her to stop. Please, never show yourself again. Should you stand in my way again, I'll have to kill you. Sakura leaves. I can't follow after her or even call out. Sakura's right. Your role is already over. Oops. Dealing with the aftermath is my duty. I'll take Sakura, so you can rest now, Shiro. Can't save Ilya either. Goodbye. It was fun, Oni-chan. And here a sad farewell. Everything melts away with that. My body stops trembling against the shadow. My guilt over thinking that Sakura was someone else disappears. I'm pissed. I'm trembling miserably, even unable to even take Sakura's hand. Not only that,
I made Ilya, the one who called me Onichan, make a face like
Idiot!
I run. My whole body feels like lead, and my brain churns with cold nausea, but I follow after them. Do not pursue them. I will kill you if you take another step. A servant in black blocks my way. She points her sword at me, overwhelming us without saying a word. Please get out of my way, Saber. I can't let those two leave like that. That is my line. I cannot let you follow after them. And even if I do withdraw, what can you do? This is your final warning. Sakura will obtain the Holy Grail one way or another. That is the only way for her to be released. Even if the result is her death, Matou Sakura will be saved. If you wish to save her, then withdraw. Could you follow us in spite of that? I will take your head. Saber altar disappears. Sakura and Ilya are gone. They vanish as if they faded into the shadow. Spirit that kept me going until now dissipates. My body drops to the ground like a puppet with its strings cut. Damn! I can't stay conscious as my vision fades. The image of Sakura drowning in the shadow sticks in my mind as if to impeach me. Well, does he pass out for like a whole day? Damn, bro. Running around fucking place. Jesus. So that's that, I guess. The roles have been divided, and everyone knows where they stand. That'll be it for today, gang. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, nothing really in particular to announce. Although, it should be said, I don't think I know what I have on deck for Friday yet. We'll figure it out. But until then, hope you guys have a lovely rest of your week. Try and take care of yourselves, and just try and take care of yourself. I don't know. I want to try and link it, but I'm not that smart. Alright. Later, guys.